guys, so welcome to the second part of my trip to Disney World, where I just talk about my experience going to Disney World for the first time as a 31-year-old. So last time I talked about Epcot, because that's where we went our first day. So now I guess it's time to talk about day 2, which is Hollywood Studios, Disney Hollywood Studios. So this one I went to by myself because Kevin had to do conference stuff, so no funny Kevin stories, I guess. I took the ferry to the park. As I said last time, the ferry from our hotel would take you to Epcot, and it took you to another park. And the other park was Disney Hollywood Studios. So all I had to do was leave my hotel, get on the ferry, and ride it all the way there. So the big thing when you walk into Disney Hollywood Studios, Epcot has the big ball, the big spaceship Earth. Well, Disney Hollywood Studios has the big hat from The Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia. And actually, I don't think it's there anymore. I think they took it down right after we left, like a month or two after we left. Maybe even sooner than that. I'm not really sure. But as far as I know, it's not there anymore. They were planning on taking it down in November, I think, and we were there the end of October. So, no more. I don't know what they're going to be putting there now. Probably something frozen because, everything is frozen now. So yeah, the first place I went to was the Great Movie Ride. And it's a ride where you are going through, like, a bunch of different kinds of movies. There's, like, Wizard of Oz. There's, like, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Or it may have been Raiders of the Lost Ark. I can't remember, but, stuff like that. And, Casablanca and some different things, old and kind of newer movies. So I went on that, and it was really fun because the tour guides kind of get into character, and there's like a shootout at like a Western kind of thing. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see them kind of get involved, I guess. So I went through that one. That was the first one I did. Then I went to something called Walt Disney One Man's Dream, and it was like a museum with a bunch of Walt Disney memorabilia, and showed like the old method of how they would make animated movies and things like that, and plans for the parks and the castles in the parks and things. And it was a nice little kind of filler attraction. It's not anything that special. And then they have a movie about Walt Disney's life. So next up, I went to Muppet Vision 3D, and it was really cute. It was, it was like in a theater, and it was 3D, and I don't really like 3D stuff that much because 3D glasses over regular glasses are really tough to deal with. It's always like sliding up and down your face, and I just don't really like 3D movies and stuff like that because I don't like having to put things over my own glasses. So, and a lot of those rides now are 3D like that. You have to wear the glasses, which is really annoying. But it was pretty cute. It wasn't really a ride. It was just kind of like a theater thing, and it was a little movie. And some of the Muppets would come out. What are their names? Waldorf and Statler. I can never remember Statler's name. But yeah, they were up in one of the balconies, and, they were doing their heckling thing. And there were a couple of other characters that would come out occasionally. And the main character, though, which I thought was adorable, was, his name is Bean. He's the little bunny. If you've ever seen A Muppet Christmas Carol, which is like one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. I have to watch it like every Christmas. Anyway, he's the little bunny character that gets the turkey at the end for Scrooge. So yeah, he's really cute, and that's the first thing I've seen where he was like the main character. So that was pretty interesting. I liked that. I didn't think it was that special. I'm not that big of a Muppets fan. I mean, Muppets are okay. I used to watch Muppet Babies when I was younger. When I was a little girl, I loved Muppet Babies. Anyway, so that was pretty interesting. So next up, I went to the ride Star Tours. I was told that it was kind of lame, so I didn't really have high expectations when I went in, but honestly, I really liked it. And not just because it was Star Wars kind of stuff, but it was just kind of fun. I mean, it wasn't like too um, elaborate, but I don't know. I just really liked it. It was pretty cool. I actually rode it twice. I liked it that much. But of course, that could also be because the line for the ride was pretty much non-existent. I mean, it was like you could walk in and you were already on the ride, basically, which was nice. A lot of the rides that we went on were like that. There was not like a big wait line for most rides. The longest one that I think we were in line for was... Okay, I take that back. Some of them were kind of long. But in Epcot, the longest one was the Soarin' one that we were on, and that was like 45 minutes. In Disney Hollywood Studios, I stood in line for a while for the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster, I think's what it's called. I've got it written down. So I stood in line for that one for a while, probably about 30 minutes. But all the other ones were really short, all the other wait times. And then I think the only other ride that we really stood in line for a long time at a Disney park was at Magic Kingdom, and it was the new ride, the dwarf mine cart kind of thing. That was kind of a longer line, but it wasn't that bad. Most, like, they have, when you walk up, they have like an estimated time of how long you're going to be in the line. And most of them are like 5 to 10 minutes, so it wasn't any kind of big deal. I mean, most of the time you could walk up, and by the time you got to the front of the line, like where everybody was waiting to get on the ride, it was time for you to get on the ride, so it wasn't that bad at all. It takes like 5 minutes just to walk through the queue because they make them so freaking long. Yeah, but yeah, so it wasn't so bad. So basically the ride, the premise of it is that you're on like a Star Cruiser or something, and there's a rebel spy on board with you, and somehow C-3PO ends up being in charge of the plane, or not the plane, but the cruiser or whatever, and you get stopped by Darth Vader, and it shows a picture of the person who is the rebel spy. And it's usually just, they just pick some random person. It wasn't me either time. But both times that they picked one, it was a woman. And C-3PO, when they show the picture of the person, C-3PO says, "I've never seen that man before in my life." Which made me laugh, like, both times. Because it was a woman both times. It's like, come on, C-3PO. Couldn't they have, like, figured out some way to fix it? But... I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. Maybe they think there's only going to be guys riding the Star Tours ride, but, think again, because I love Star Wars, and I rode it twice. So then I went to see the Indiana Jones stunt show. So basically it's just some guy dressed as Indiana Jones. He's playing the stunt double of Indiana Jones, and there's there's the stunt double for Marion from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and they just kind of do different stunts from the movie, and kind of like they're filming it, but then they have some audience participation and stuff, and they actually had people from the audience doing not really doing the stunts, but being kind of like background characters and stuff, which was pretty cool. I kind of wish I had like raised my hand and actually gone to do that, but I didn't. I didn't want to because I was there by myself. It would have just been weird. So, yeah. So next I went down to the other end of the park and rode the Tower of Terror. And I was kind of terrified until I got onto the ride, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really short line too. I was right next to this lady who just kind of went crazy every time. And she was like screaming like crazy every time we would go up and down. It was really funny. But I enjoyed that one. And then I went and rode the Rock and Roller Coaster. And that was the one with the long line. But it was really fun. And I always feel weird. I felt weird going there by myself because I would always be like with some random person sitting next to me in the roller coasters and stuff. But it wasn't so bad. But oh my gosh, my nose itches. So it wasn't so bad. I got used to it. I can go to a theme park by myself and still have fun. Come on. So then I think I ate lunch or something and had like a banana. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of lunch. I wasn't really hungry. And I kind of just walked around the park a little bit and saw some of the street kind of performers, I guess. They have these guys called Citizens of Hollywood, and they just walk around the park, and they'll stop occasionally, and they'll do little skits and stuff. And I saw those a few times. And then I saw, I think I saw Pluto, maybe? Kids were taking pictures of Pluto, or with Pluto. And I may have seen some other characters, but I can't remember. So then they have like a Beauty and the Beast stage show that I went to see, and that was pretty nice. It was just kind of, you just sit there and watch it, but Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorites, so that was pretty enjoyable. And then they had a Frozen sing-along, so that was pretty fun. They just kind of showed, they had, people dressed as Anna and Elsa and Kristoff and two just made-up characters, and showed the songs basically from the movie, and everybody sang along. So it was like a bunch of little kids and stuff singing, and it was really fun. Just to have so many people singing together. So then I rode Voyage of the Little Mermaid, which wasn't that great. It was kind of lame, to be honest. But there was one part, the under the sea part. It was it was like all neon and stuff. They had like black light, and the people who were moving the puppets were dressed in black, so you couldn't see them, and it was pretty cool. So I think that's everything about that. After I finished up there, it was about time for Kevin to finish up at his conference, so I just took the ferry back to the hotel and met up with him, and we went to downtown Disney, which is kind of like a little boardwalk area, and there are a bunch of shops, and there are a bunch of restaurants and stuff, and we went to some Irish, not a pub, but an Irish restaurant or something. I don't know. We had fish and chips there. Apparently they're very famous for their fish and chips. I just can't remember what the name of the place is. Oops. And they have a hot air balloon there at downtown Disney. And you can ride a hot air balloon, and it takes you up like so many feet. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up, and I'll let you guys know I'll put it like down there somewhere. I don't know. So it takes you up into the air, and it's tethered, so you're not going to be like floating off or anything. But you're just really high up, and you can look out, and we could see our hotel from there. You could see like Epcot. You could see fireworks and stuff from there also. So it was pretty cool, but we spent like the whole time that we were up there trying to get the perfect selfie. Because Kevin was trying to take a selfie. I was trying to take a picture of us with his phone, and every time it was either blurry or it was, we were halfway out of the frame or something. And then finally we got the perfect picture, and it was time for the hot air balloon to go down. So we spent our whole time trying to get the perfect picture up there. It was ridiculous. But we did finally get it, so that was good. So yeah, that was the second day at Disney World. This one's getting a little long also, not as long as the last episode, but I think I'll go ahead and split it off here, and I will see you guys next time, and I will talk about the Animal Kingdom. And since I didn't stay there very long, I may go ahead and talk about the Magic Kingdom also. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Are you ready for this? How old are you? You're 4? Are you really? All right, let's go to 4. Stand up here.
You have controlled your fear. Now, release your anger.
There's no anger in this child. Show him how strong you are. Activate that lightsaber. Come on now, hold him off. You can do it. Pull it back towards you, just like we tried. A little bit more. We'll be right with you. A little bit more with it. Lightsaber. There you are. Come to his shoulder. The other shoulder. Here, take mine. It's all warmed up. Now down to his leg. Duck. Get down. Good. Back to his leg. The other side. To his head. There you are. Well done. We got pictures to prove you were here. Students, that was fantastic. Weren't they magnificent? nonsense. We told you, these younglings would never turn to the dark side. Like you did.
You have taught them well, but your powers are weak compared to those of the dark side. Join me. With our combined strength, we can rule the galaxy.